Good afternoon, Nunzio. So thank you for joining us today. It's been a long time since I've last seen you. When was the last time that I saw you? It's been like forever, right?
Well, good afternoon, Ronnie. Thanks for this opportunity to talk into your wonderful show. Yeah, last time I was for sure over a year ago.
Yeah, it's been wow. It's been too long.
Yes, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah.
So Nunzio, let me just start by saying, you look great. You look very, very fit.
Thank you.
So to our
Same to
audience,
you. Thank you.
thank you. So to our audience who are watching right now, please, can you please tell us about you and what you do, where you're from, and what your current job is?
Yeah. Okay. So I came to China in 2011 um, for my PhD. My name is Nunzio, and now I live in Chongqing. I'm the teaching director of a school. We're more like a training center, specialized in sending Chinese students to Italy for their university study.
Okay, great.
And I'm from Italy. I'm from Italy. I'm from the south of Italy, Sicily.
Okay, great. So a few days ago, I interviewed a friend of mine who's also from your country, but he's from the north. So I do know that in Italy there is this historic rivalry between north and south.
Yeah, it's nothing serious. It's more like for kidding around. Yeah, but there is always, like in every country, there is always like a divide within
Yeah,
some geographical regions
yeah.
of
The
the
person
country.
that I interviewed from the north was Marco. I think you know Marco, right?
I think I know that Marco. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're from Sicily, and I think in popular culture, we all know that in Sicily there's a lot of mafia. Is that true?
Well, there is there are criminal organizations
Right.
in Sicily, like probably in every region of Italy. The big mafia uh, was more like a phenomenon of the 80s.
Okay.
Okay, there was like um, it was a moment where the criminal organization in Sicily, also known as Cosa Nostra,
Right. The
was
Cosa Nostra.
making some sort of political deal with the then main Italian party, the Christian Democracy,
Oh wow.
Democrazia Cristiana.
Christian
At that
democracy.
time, it was the main. So they had that deal. All these things are known now, but at that time, it was of course a gray business, a gray area where dark deals were
Right.
made.
Okay.
Now it's better. Now it's better. Civil society reacted against crime, so the situation is getting better. Sicily also, in the last few years, has seen great development in tourism. A lot of it's very safe. It's very safe to travel in Sicily.
Okay.
Uh, you may have heard about mafia, but actually it's a very safe place. Maybe much more safe, I would say, than some big cities like Rome or Milan. Also, the data. I'm talking about like what the data says, like the crime rates in the north in certain big cities like Milan, Turin, Rome. It's much higher than most of Sicilian cities. So
Very great.
it's quite safe actually.
All right.
And
So all right. Well,
the business is growing. It was growing.
okay. Well,
Sorry.
if I ever do go to Sicily, I'll be sure to bring you because if I bring you on my thing, I'll feel like a lot safer.
No problem. You will be safe even without me. I just need to make a call to my
Okay.
godfather.
All right, just make that call and make sure that everything's fine. So I've heard that in Sicily, even the mafia has been affected by this virus, right? Even for the mafia, their business, and they have many sorts of like, business, it's also being, affected. So aside from the mafia, can you please tell us what the situation is like in Sicily in terms of this virus? Like how has it affected your hometown and the people who you know?
Well, actually, I got some good news, some recent good news, because yesterday was the very first day where um, there were no deaths in
Okay, wow.
Sicily
So that's great.
since the start. Yeah, and it's one of the regions now that has been doing. I think there are only. I got some. Okay, there are at the moment actually only 20 active cases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your family, like your mother and your siblings who are still there, how were they personally, affected through this virus? Like, did it impede with their normal lives?
Well, there were among those more affected by the epidemic because they work in the hospital.
Oh,
All
okay.
my family,
Oh, wow.
yeah, all my family work for one or another hospital in the
Okay.
city.
So your
Uh,
sister is a doctor or she's a nurse?
is a nurse. My
Okay,
sister
wow.
is a nurse.
So she's
Actually, both my sisters. I got two sisters,
okay.
and one is actually in the front line in the COVID
Wow.
department. So the other one is in well, I don't remember exactly which department. It's not the front line
Okay.
hospital department, but maybe those guys, those nurse and medical staff are those who the people who risk more. Because well, if you're in the front line, of course, the government gives you all the protection needed. But in this month, it's been difficult to find a good mask
Mhm.
to so they've been provided mostly with one surgical mask per day,
Okay.
uh, and so I tried my best to send some KN95 mask
Okay.
for my sister and or her colleagues,
Okay. Wow.
and I also got help from a Chinese friend of mine, Lulu, you
Okay.
might know.
Okay. Yeah.
She's a Kenyan's girlfriend, and
Right.
she's a very generous person, so she donated a lot of masks
Wow.
um, to my sister and through my sister to all her colleagues in the hospital. So
So thank you
I,
to all the generous people in China, and of course,
yeah, yeah.
thank you.
I must say, like a lot of Chinese friends have been very helpful. They tried to help us. They could uh, yeah, to give a hand to face the situation. So I, I'm glad they're my friends. They showed what friendship
Right.
in a hard time means.
Yeah. I think, and especially during this difficult time, it's important to have friendship and to have people there who care about you and who will go the extra mile to help you. And of course, I want to thank your sisters for being on the front line. I think they are the real heroes in this whole pandemic, right? Because they are the ones out there who are risking their lives every single day. So kudos and bravo. If I had a glass right now, I would toast to your sisters, right? Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, your situation and Marco is a little bit different because, as you know, Marco is from the north, so he is very close to the border of, I believe it was Switzerland, right? So he was saying that, and he also lives on the outskirts, so he's not in the actual city. So he hasn't really seen too many cases. But in your situation, it's completely different, right? Because you're right in the heart of it, and your sisters
Yeah.
work in the hospitals. So, this is a completely different type of, thing. So, have you heard of any crazy stories?
Well, not really crazy stories, but what's um, the problem is like from the very beginning they were badly equipped.
Right,
People working in the hospitals because um, the epidemic came uh, as a surprise.
right,
Maybe shouldn't have, because in China, I mean, people knew what's going on in China, so maybe they should have prepared themselves better. But all my friends, all my family knew that I was in Italy, in China during the epidemics, because I stayed all the time here. They wanted to hear from me, get some suggestion, maybe just some comfort. And I found myself trying to educate them
right,
about masks, the important to wear mask, the different kind of mask. So I've been actually training my families and my friends about uh, the, the the necessity of using mask and which kind of mask they should use.
right,
So now, thanks God, they understood.
right.
Not just my parents or my family, but or my friends. But I think all Westerners now, they understood they need to wear masks when they go outside. They need to be careful because this is a very serious uh,
Yeah,
stuff.
this is a serious problem. And I know that a lot of people, and I hope that you are right, that at this point, I hope that a lot of people in the West, that they finally understand that this is no joke, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Unfortunately, I think there is a responsibility from many sectors of society, from WHO to some single politician who was like, uh, yeah, minimizing about the epidemic, saying it was just a flu. And some even newspapers, they were giving the same newspaper, giving contradictory
So
information,
yeah, I know
contradictory
that
news of
the
what
U.S.
they do.
in the U.S., a lot of the papers were at first saying, "Oh, this is not a big deal. It's a flu-like thing." And then a couple of weeks later, they reversed course and they said, "Oh, this is actually very, very serious." So yeah, in the
Yeah, that
U.S. too, a lot of the media, I think, have a lot of blame to take on also. But I think the biggest problem is that everyone was hit by this virus by surprise, right? No one expected it, and then when it came out. Everyone thought that it was a China problem, right? But then it turned out that it's spread, and it's now become a world problem. So I think, yeah, I mean, this is one of those unfortunate things that I think, regardless on how prepared you think you were, in the end, no one was actually, ready for it.
And even now, I think we shouldn't, even we who are lucky enough to be in China at the moment,
Yeah,
we shouldn't lower our guard. Because,
people should still not let their guard down, right? Because this virus has the ability to maybe come back.
yes, yes, of course. And um, we don't know how many, we don't know if there are people carrying the virus who don't have any symptoms. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
we really
There
don't
are
know. It's
Yeah, there are people who carry this virus and are asymptomatic, so they have no symptoms. But the only thing that they can do is spread it, right? So this is a very mysterious virus and it's very dangerous still.
yeah,
Okay, so
exactly.
Nunzio,
So yes.
um, so during this lockdown, during this Corona period, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy? Because I know back in Hangzhou when you were here, you were very very active in the Hangzhou nightlife scene, and also in terms of sports, right? Because you like to go to the gym and do a lot of different things. So because of the lockdown, how has this affected you personally in your social life, in your everyday life?
Well, I must say that at first I was kind of hit very hard by the situation. I decided not to go back to Italy, not to flee to Italy, because I knew that the risk was that I would carry the virus with me and maybe infect someone in
Right.
Italy. At the time, I was here in China. I say, okay, the best thing is like to stay here.
Right.
Then I was like, as you say, like I'm a very active person, so the lockdown was hard. So for the first few weeks, I was kind of depressed, and I was just watching these apocalyptic zombie movies.
Yeah.
And then I decided it was time to react, and then I thought, okay, I got time, plenty of time. What can I do? And I came up with the idea of studying some music, an instrument. So I bought a guitar.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So now you can
So
play
in my
the
life,
guitar.
and now, yeah, I mean, I never had a guitar in my hands, you know,
Okay.
before the epidemic. And now it's been 2 months now, slightly more than 2 months, and I'm able to play Sunday
Okay,
already.
great. I mean,
Bella ciao.
maybe you would like to share a song and play something for us?
Maybe.
Okay, great. Wow. So here on Real Talk, not only do we get to talk to great people, we also get a live performance.
I will just make some notes to let you understand that after 2 months, you can already learn Sunday.
Okay, great.
With the guitar. And let's see if you recognize the song.
Okay. You know, it's very familiar. It's on the tip of my tongue. What song is that?
It's like una mattina mi son svegliato. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao. Bella ciao, ciao, ciao.
Wow, wow.
Okay, I'm not not a great musician, but you know, it's something. I mean, at least there is something positive
yeah.
coming out from these dark times. So as Dumbledore said in Harry Potter, sometimes the light can come even at the darkest moment.
Exactly.
Something
and I
like
think
that.
That's a message that we should all try to, keep, right? That during the darkest times, there's always light, right? And here, during these dark times, you were able to learn something new, right? You learned the guitar. And aside from the guitar, I know you've been doing something else, something more physical. Can you share with us your new venture?
Well, yes. So this actually started right before the epidemic. I enrolled in a jiu-jitsu class.
Okay, wow.
For your Chinese audience, jiu-jitsu is bashiro shu.
Okay.
In Chinese, bashiro shu. Bashi like Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. It's a martial art. It's a martial art, and I started just maybe 2 months before the outbreak, and then I had to stop it. And I was really sad also about that, because I liked it very much. So now I'm glad that since 1 month ago my gym opened again.
Okay.
So I've been able to restart my jiu-jitsu classes. So, and actually tonight I have to go at the last class before.
Oh, and I just want to say to everyone who's watching, Nunzio here was the one who taught me how to make pizza. many years ago. So I learned how to make pizza from a Sicilian pizza making expert. So you know that my pizza must be good, right? So and all the ladies who are watching, please know that Nunzio is single and he's ready to mingle. And we all know that Nunzio, he can cook, he can now play songs, and he can protect you too, right? If someone tries to harm you, he can beat them up.
And I can show you something. Speaking of pizza,
Oh, okay, wow. So do you plan on
I
making
just
pizza?
make the dough. Yeah, I made the dough for milk bread.
Okay, wow.
It's an Italian special bread. You
Okay,
know, like
wow.
with some made with milk.
Okay.
Very kind of sweet, but
Hey, stop
it's
talking about
very
food.
tasty.
You're getting me hungry now, and it's only 3:50, so it's too early for dinner, but it's too late for lunch. So, okay, but thank you, Nunzio. And Nunzio, last question. So, do you have any sort of advice for your fellow countrymen who are in Sicily now, or for anyone else in the world who is going through this pandemic? What kind of advice can you give them to help them get through this difficult time?
Well, first of all, I want to tell everyone to stay safe. Uh, Try to use the right kind of mask. This one,
Okay.
like this cup KN95,
Okay.
is without filter, is protecting you and is protecting the other. So this is very important. The first suggestion is like a safety tip. Okay. Second is like try to make the best of this time.
Right.
You are forced to stay home. So take after my example, I decided to learn an instrument. It's something I've always thinking about, and I could never do because I never had time. So this is the right time to watch the series you never watched before, to read the book, the 1,000 pages book that you always wanted to read, you never had the time to. So do it now. Do something positive, constructive.
Thank you for sharing those, thoughts. I think it's very good for everyone to be positive, and for this time to take up something new, right? In my case, part of the reason I've started to do this show was because, all I do is read news and read politics. And because of all this free time, I figured, all right, why not try to do something that's constructive and positive? So that's why I came up with this great idea. This is something that I've always wanted to, do as like a child. And now, because of this pandemic, because of this free time, it's given me the chance and the opportunity and the inspiration to actually do this. So yeah, so much like you, I've tried to use this time and make it positive. Okay, well, Nunzio, is there anything you would like to?
Thank you, Ronnie, for inviting me to your show, and thanks for this opportunity to speak my mind, and I am looking forward to seeing your show on Sunday.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Yeah, at Real Talk, we encourage everybody to speak their mind, right? And I encourage you to come watch my show. It's on Sundays, 8 o'clock on Beijing time. And we welcome you to join this week. Maybe you can be there live and speak to the members, and you can answer their questions and just spend time. All right. Thank you for all your help, and I appreciate the time you've given us. And good luck tonight in your class. I hope you kick some ass. All right. So we will see you soon. Next time you're in Hangzhou, let me know, okay?
Okay, sure, I will.
All right. Bye, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Ronnie. Bye.